Jake, I will say sometimes when I'm recording audio, it does sound like you're a Foley artist. Just like it's like typing, and then I hear you like literally flushing a toilet far away, and then it's like your fridge, and then it's like 3 beers, and then casually in conversation like, what do you want? No, what do you want? It's fun. I like it.
No. I'm glad it's casual. I was hoping what if I have to get up and like get a drink in the middle of this?
I would mute myself on the call, but then it records on the thing.
Yeah.
On my audio.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, this is the most casual podcast, audio wise. So like, I mean, audio and content wise, it's very chill.
I mean, I have rules where I don't start drinking until the podcast starts.
That's not true.
Why?
You know that's not true though.
You know what? No, he hasn't done it since
Blink
182.
Yeah, since Blink 182 when he watched wrestling.
Oh, that's because wrestling was on. That's right.
Right. No wrestling before pod. You know what I will say though is that was a very fun version of you.
Yeah.
I didn't like it podcast wise, but I loved it as like a personal level.
Yeah. That is crazy. And you know what it also else is? It's the Lousy Advice Podcast. Welcome to the Lousy Advice Podcast. My name's Eric.
My name's Shelby.
My name is Jake.
And this week we have one of my good friends, Vinny of California Dad. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi everyone.
How are you, Vinny?
Super happy to be here. I'm amazing and excellent and so excited.
Living your absolute best life in every possible aspect.
I am living my life away.
Did you say sliving, like slide living?
Yes. Yeah.
Skating through life, sliding.
I think it stands for slaying and living.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. I like that. Sliving, sliving.
Yep.
Slither. This is the Lousy Advice Podcast. This week we're doing PUP.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're very enthused about it.
The palindromic band from the north.
North of the wall.
North.
Yeah.
I like PUP. I think PUP is cool. I'm excited to do a list. Although of the 3 or of the 4 of us, I feel like I have the least history with them. All right, Vinny, what's your history with the band PUP?
So I've totally been thinking about this a lot because it feels like they just came out of nowhere and all of a sudden I was obsessed with them, and I'm trying to remember who brought that nugget into my life, and all I know is
nugget.
It was like the first 2 songs on their second album. I heard them somewhere, or their first album. Sorry, their first proper album. Second one. It was like in some live thing. I saw a video of them playing it, and I was just totally obsessed at that point. And then I became really into them. And shortly after that, which was right before their latest record came out, and then that whole thing just kind of hooked me. And yeah, and then I started stalking them online, and I realized that they were kind of in a group of Northeast bands and other things that were in the periphery of some other bands I knew. So it all just made sense.
So you gravitated towards it because of the vibe, and then you're like, I belong here.
Yeah, and then the aesthetic. They had a cartooned pink record cover. Like that's the coolest thing for a punk band full of what I think are straight dudes, as far as I know.
I mean,
groundbreaking.
cis straight white guys.
Yes.
A pink album cover.
I was here. I was there for the vibe, for the aesthetic, and then also that they seem to have good taste in music themselves. So that made me pleased.
And the drummer.
Yeah, I didn't know like when we were going to get into that, but yeah, the drummer for sure.
Wait, what am I missing? Do we think that he's good looking?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I have to
big
Google
crush
this.
on. What is his name? Zach?
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Just got called out.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel very seen.
It's a very. Is that a SEEN or
like
SCEN?
Like RAR scene? Or?
Yeah.
Like SEEN, yeah.
Both
like
Scene in Hell.
Like Invader Zim or Optics.
Optics.
Cool, Jake. What is your history with the band PUP?
It was just I remember when that self-titled record came out, there was a lot of buzz around it in the pop punk community, and it kind of was. And my friend Matt kept bugging me to check it out. And I remember listening to the first song on that record, "Guilt Trip," and being like, "Oh, this is cool. This is very Joyce Maynard like that's what I was comparing it to because Joyce Maynard was big at the time. It kind of has that weird weird time signature kind of vibe." And I was into it, and then the second song on the record played, and I was like, "Oh, this sucks." And then I waited about 4 or 5 months, and then I checked it out again, and then like got all the way through the record and like liked most of the songs except for that one still. And then when The Dream Is Over came out, I was totally here for it. I was trying to find it, but I have actually a PUP alarm clock that they released when they put that out that says The Dream Is Over on it.
You know what?
Cool.
I love Kishy merch
You have
or
so
like
much
cool
it's my favorite thing.
merch.
That's why I needed it.
Yeah.
You always have
and
the
then-
coolest things.
And then I've only seen them once at the rickshaw stop in San Francisco.
Oh my god, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, it was
That's, like,
great.
a tiny place to see such a loud band.
Oh,
Yeah, it was fun.
Who did they play with?
It was like Pool Kids. It was like a really big bill. It was like a 5-band bill. It
Oh,
was like
whoa.
too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Far too much.
But it was fun. They actually closed with a cover of Beastie Boys' "Sabotage"
Well,
that sounds cool.
and a cover of "El Scorcho" by Weezer.
That
It
sounds
was
less
really a fun time.
oh my god.
That's
Yeah, it was wild.
that tracks just as far as them being a party band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, and then that's really it, I believe.
Wow.
Wow.
There was an incident at that show, but I think I've mentioned it like 15 times.
Say
I'm not
it.
going to mention it on the podcast.
Say it again. We got to
No,
hear
I'm
it.
I'm not,
You have
I
to
don't-
say
I'm
it
not
on
mentioning it
the
podcast.
record.
Here's
I'm not
the.
gonna talk about it on the
I don't
podcast.
have any idea what you're even talking
Neither
about.
do I. So it sounds like you've never said it, which means you should say it.
Yeah.
I definitely have.
We'll
I
say it
definitely
again
have.
to see if we remember.
Give us some hints.
Jog our
I'm not
memory.
going to put it on the podcast because people actually listen to this thing now. I can't put it on
I
the
know
podcast.
that sucks.
If you say it, I can take it off.
Or yeah, beep it or something.
That's true. You could.
I'm always.
You have to pinky swear though.
Remember, yeah, you have to pinky swear that you're going to take this out.
I
then.
will. I've never left something in that I said I would take out
Yeah,
before.
that's true.
Bleep. Wow, that's crazy. I can't
Yeah,
believe that
it's
happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wish you could hear it at home. Shelby, what's your history with PUP?
Mine is actually very similar to Jake in that I heard there was a ton of buzz around that first record. And so I was like, I'll give it a listen. And I really did. I loved Joyce Manor at the time. I still do, which, if you know me at all, very much so tracks. But I listened to it for the first time, and there was one song on there, which I'll get to on my list. But that I thought it was the perfect song that's ever been written. And to this day, I still think it's just such a beautiful song. It's wonderful. Anyway. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give them another try. And I did, like, similar to Jake a couple months later. And I was like, okay, I could get down with this. And then their second record came out, and I was like, okay, like, this is fine, whatever. And they fell off my radar until they released Morbid Stuff. And I think that are you laughing at Hubie or me? Sorry, my
Laughing
dog.
at Hubie.
Okay, you hear
can
him?
Take that away.
Yes.
Hubert, I need to take your toy. I'm so sorry. You're going to hate me. Ugh.
I heard it too, and I was like, "What is it?" But I just didn't want to say anything. I was gonna see how long it went on.
Yeah.
I was going to see how loud it was and then be like, oh, I guess I'll take it away. Anyway, Morbid Stuff came out, and that record was amazing. So big fan of PUP. Please call us and take us on tour.
Morbid Stuff is the morbid stuff. It's the best.
Yeah.
So good.
Can we get a group Venmo going from
please get a
PUP,
group
please?
Yeah,
No.
PUP, if you're listening and you want to just send us some money or take us on tour, either pick is good for us, preferably the tour when all this is
If you take us on
kosher
tour,
again.
it's good for you too.
yeah, because we're good. So fucking hit us the
We're
F
also
up.
we're fully a band.
Yeah, we're a band and we're cute. So like fucking figure it out, PUP. A bunch of cuties
Yeah.
going on a tour.
I just want to say that I feel like categorically uncool that you guys all knew about PUP in 2014, and like I didn't know about them
No.
until
So
2019.
So I didn't know about them until that album also. That's when I had heard this goes right back, I guess, into my history with them. Look at that segue. No, so I remember in college, I had some friends who were really into PUP, and I remember one time they were like, "Oh, you should come to the show." I was like, "No, I'm depressed, so I'm gonna stay home." And they were like, "Oh, okay, for sure. Well, you should listen to them. They're really good." And I never did. And then I like didn't hear anything from them or about them until I think Shelby showed me one of the singles from Morbid Stuff that was coming out. And I was like, this is good. I like this. And then I listened to it. I was like, this is great. I'm really into it. And like, that's my extent. Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
we're uncool together. That's why we're friends.
100%. Yeah.
And I feel like to really be on that ground level, you had to be like a nerd.
I was going to
And,
say
like-
something similar. Yeah. You had to really
Yeah.
run with some deep nerds.
Yeah. See, whereas Vinny and I are just jocks.
Yeah, we were like the only reason I knew probably is because I was so steeped in record collecting culture at the time that anytime a new punk record came out, everybody was talking about it and like reviewing it and doing stuff like that. So it was like really like
back when punknews.org was like really it.
Oh my
for a
God.
you
minute
had to have
there.
no life whatsoever.
Punknews.org.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I guess I don't even know. I'm looking. Oh, okay. Some record label I've never even heard of. I'm like, I don't even know who put out that first record.
Was it side one dummy?
Yeah, side one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what's really sad, Jake, is that we were supposed to see PUP together last March and also this March because that's when it was supposed to be again. That was
Yeah.
like the one. That's like the one show that I still have tickets to. That
Yeah.
like
Ugh.
it's gonna happen one day maybe. And if
Well, I
it
have
does,
to
I
say,
guess I'm
too,
gonna fly to
because,
Sacramento to attend an Ace of Spades show. Ew.
Yeah, I know. This is the list that I've maybe worked the most on moving stuff around. And just like listen to my list over and over and over and over again. There was a song on my list that started at 11 and moved to 5
Wow.
just this week.
That's-
I'm
listening to it.
interested to
You
hear
know what that is? That's
Yeah, I
growth.
had a lot of movement
That's cool.
on my list too.
Yeah, I never do that.
Yes, it's great.
It's
I don't
kind of
know,
hard
I
because
just-
their songs like come out of the gate super strong. So the first 30 seconds, you're like, this is number one. And then the same thing with the next song and the next song. So I'm like, oh, I have to listen to the end of the song also to really decide because they really like knock you out.
They do
within
have some
30
songs
They
that
can
like,
have like
kinda
3
trail off
songs
at
in
the end,
one.
too.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, I'm
It's a lot.
dying. I'm dying to draft this list.
Okay, let's
Yes,
rage.
Yeah.
Welcome to Toon Draft, a game in which members of Lousy Advice and or guests will competitively collaborate to create artist or genre-centric best of lists. My name's Eric. I'm going to be your draft commissioner, and tonight, drafting the PUP official list is Vinny, Jake, and Shelby. So I'm going to go over some rules before we get into trivia to pick drafting positions. So let's get into it. So one person's going to be drafting into positions 11, 10, 6, and 3, which is worst placement, but a lot of picks, and you receive a veto override on top of the given veto, meaning if somebody plays a song, it gets vetoed. You don't think that veto is correct, you can cancel it out. We'd love to see it. Second choice is going to be getting positions 9, 8, 5, and 2. With a good amount of choices, it's in the middle of the list. You don't get number 1. And then the third person will be getting picks 7, 4, and 1, which is the least amount of choices, but you get to decide the best pop song of all time. Canonically, without dispute. Each player will also be receiving a veto, which means that if a song gets played and they're like, I'm not vibing, the song does not vibe into my resonance, fuck it, I don't want it on the song. You get to do that, and then they get to pick a new song. So, but the chances you take while doing that is if this person is spiteful, they can move it higher on the list. The song is not vetoed from existence; it's just vetoed from its placement, meaning it can be played higher. So it can get shitty.
It can get worse.
It can get worse. It really
It can always
can.
get worse.
Cool.
I feel like I learn that every day. I'm like,
It continually it just keeps getting worse. So that's kind of the breakdown. Does anybody have any questions before we get into trivia to decide placement?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait,
What
so-
the fuck?
Cool.
yeah, can you?
So any other questions before we do trivia?
I have a question that's unrelated
Yeah.
to the trivia, but I'm just curious from my own knowledge. Am I the oldest person that's ever been on this podcast?
Are you?
I don't think so.
I don't want to call out a friend, but I think Dominic.
I was just gonna
from
say, I think
Personality
Dom.
Bomb's probably the oldest person.
I think Dom might be.
Actually, you know what? No, Bob.
No, Bob is definitely the oldest person
Yeah.
who's been
Yeah,
on the
Forgot
podcast.
about Bob last week.
Bob's hella old.
He announced that he's 51 on the
I'm just kidding.
podcast.
He is 51.
Oh, okay, phew, I'm safe. I'm totally safe.
Not that that's bad by any means.
No, I mean, I was like hoping, I was gonna like put on a crown or something.
Oh,
but,
no. You're
Yeah.
not that old, Vinny. Come on.
I'm 40. That's like
You're like 26.
and gay means I'm like 100. So.
Oh yeah. Honestly, they did update the rubric on that math. So yeah, I think you're actually right. They did update it.
Yeah, it's a different scale.
It's a different
you
scale.
know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into.
I added
God.
the Alex. I'm sorry. I added the Alex Trebek memorial rule and the Lord Bullington rule to our script here.
Okay. Well, let me
Okay.
go back and read that. What is the
The Alex Trebek rule in trivia.
Wait, where? It's not in the Toon Draft script. Where is it in the Toon Draft script?
Yes, it is.
Where?
Alex Trebek memorial rule. You must finish the question before anybody can answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Lord Bullington rule is only one wrong guess before everybody else answers.
Okay.
Lord, what? What?
Lord
What
Bullington
is
rule.
happening?
Okay. I've
So
been
it
meaning
has
to
to-
ask, who's Lord Bullington?
Right.
It
and
has
why?
to do with like the old school like dueling system where you only had one shot at the other person, and so it's like you get one
You've
guess.
explained this to me so many times.
Okay,
and I'm
Lin-Manuel
having deja
Miranda.
vu.
Yeah. I said it and I was like, God, somebody's gonna make a Hamilton joke.
Yeah,
and I hate it.
it's
I
coming.
hate you for it. But,
You're welcome.
I was like biting my tongue.
Yeah, it was right there.
Nah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
one of us couldn't throw it away, you know?
I
Like,
don't
one of
have-
us had to.
I don't acknowledge
Please just
Hamilton,
stop.
but I do
Yeah.
acknowledge
I
In the
don't
Heights.
acknowledge that
Yes.
Hamilton exists either, so let's just move past it.
Yeah.
I
it's-
acknowledge In the Heights.
In the Heights rules.
Anyway.
These are canonic pup questions of some kind. And we're going to get started. So to buzz in, just say your name. I'm going to hear it. It's based completely on my bias. So I hear what I want to hear, and that's just the way it goes. So
Okay.
first question. What kind of dog
fucking
was
see.
Air Bud?
Jake,
Jake.
is he a golden retriever?
He was a golden retriever.
Okay, but if it's going to be more movie dogs, then I got you.
Maybe. It might be.
I'll take 9852.
9852.
Bitch.
Okay, moving on. At the turn of the last millennia, the movie Snow Dogs came out. What year was that movie released into theaters?
Shelby. 2001?
That is not correct.
I didn't think so.
Vinny. like to take-
Vinny,
Vinny.
2000.
That is also incorrect.
Damn.
Would anybody like to take another guess?
No.
1999. I'm just gonna keep going down.
That is also incorrect.
No, then I'm done.
Okay.
guessing.
The year was 2002.
Oh.
We're going to
Oh.
swing on past to another question. This question is as follows. Which state did the show Dog the Bounty Hunter most often take place?
I don't know. Shelby?
Shelby?
Florida.
That is an incorrect guess.
Man, but I really feel like it feels
Vinny,
Florida.
Vinny, it's close. Well,
Georgia.
that is an incorrect guess. Would you guys like to take another stab?
I think we should.
Think
Yes.
not mainland.
Oh.
What?
Not okay.
Shelby.
Shelby,
Hawaii?
that is the correct answer.
Yeah, they were on a
Wow.
fucking island,
It's
weren't
Hawaii.
they?
Yeah, which is so wild because
feel like
like
I do
I would
remember that.
oftentimes forget that it was taking place in Hawaii, and they'd just be at like somebody's house like beating them up because dog is a piece of shit. Like just beating up children, and you're just like, wow, I love this television show. This is so fun for me to watch. And then they'd like drive past like this gorgeous beach with like sea turtles, and I'm like, oh, they're in Hawaii. I forget this.
According to them, everybody in Hawaii does math.
Yeah, that tracks.
I was saying Hawaii and Colorado
Yes.
were
So
from where the two that they were in.
so I said Maine.
Colorado probably don't want them anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, truly, they belong there. But no, because I said mainly take place because I know it was between the two, but more often than not, I
Yeah.
felt like it was in Hawaii.
We've
I
talked
watched a lot
too
of Dog
much
the Bounty
about
Hunter.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. We've talked too much about Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, we should move on.
Oh, I just
Who did
wanted
the
to tell
theme
you that I
song
want
of the
number
Dog the
one.
Bounty Hunter television program?
You want number one,
I
Shelby?
want number one.
It was Pup.
Wait, what?
No, it was Ozzy Osbourne.
Who was on the program?
Wow.
He did the theme song. Hashtag not a sponsor.
It
This is Ozzy?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He wants you down just like a dog.
Wow, there were 246 episodes of the show.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
that's a
not even
long-running
including-
show.
That's not even including the second show they had.
That
Yeah.
is a lot of episodes.
They had a second
Yeah,
show?
they had a show called like Dog and Beth on the Hunt, I think is what it was
Oh,
called.
Jesus, of course.
It was after they got canceled for, the whole phone call conversation thing.
The myriad of shit, because now Dog's
Yeah.
a big Trump supporter.
Yeah.
A big fucking
Honestly,
asshole.
I can't remember what Dog's bounty hunter looks like. I just really feel like he just looks like
He looks
Tiger
like
King.
Hulk Hogan, kind
So
of.
in my head, we're talking
Yeah.
about Dog, but I'm just like,
He looks
Tiger King.
racist and sweaty.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
With
I think
bad
that's
sunglasses, right?
yeah, bad sunglasses
And
and like a
he
terrible
wears all
perm.
this like weird like Native American
Oh,
jewelry.
he's like spiritual but also incredibly violent, and I'm like, you're an absolute moron. I hate you so much. I hate him. Anyways, I had to do it. I had to throw him in there.
Yeah.
Cool. So Shelby picked 7, 4, and 1. Vinny, that means you get 11, 10, 6, and 3. Once again,
Sweet.
Every week.
I do want to acknowledge that every week, the guests who we have on, who we bring into our humble and beautiful home, we manage to give them the worst place on the
Hey,
list.
we win those trivia questions fair and squared, bud, by
it's,
guessing.
It's true. It's true.
I'm down with 11, 10, 6, and 3. 3 is one of my favorite numbers, and
That's a lot of
there's-
picks.
This is the PUP list. Official, forever in the books, never to be changed. Either new music or anybody's opinion. PUP themselves cannot change this list. It's going in the vault forever and ever. Amen. This is starting off on number 11. This is Vinny's pick. Vinny, what is your pick?
Oh, I'm filling the number 11 slot right now.
You are.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I picked the song.
What a treat.
Sorry, we just like it got so official so fast.
Just you saying wow it was funny. Oh shit. It's really on now.
um, so number 11 is the song Rot, R-O-T, from their latest EP that they put out, which just came out a few months ago, I guess. And I don't know. I have a really bad sense of time these days, so I actually don't know when it came out, but I'm going to look.
Why is
It
that?
came out in 2020. It came out in 2020 on this little 6-song EP, which then we start to talk about like that's basically a mini album, but it's 6 songs. The first song is called Rot. It's the first one I heard because I think it was the single for the EP before they released it, and it was just like aggressively angry. It kind of captured my mood for what was going on at that time, which was like just pure, I don't know, kind of rage and ennui at the same time, kind of. And I just was really vibing on it. But there were so many good songs that this one started a little higher, but it did fall down to number 11. But it still made the list, so that's where it is.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
How are we feeling about Rot?
I did not love that EP, but I will leave it at number 11.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. So we're already off the bat feeling some tension,
Well,
which
not
we love.
necessarily. I have one song from that EP on my list, which also was just at number 11. So I feel like it's fair to leave it. It's fair. There's representation of the EP on
There
the
is.
list.
Yeah, like I told, I think I said this in our band group chat before, because it's like I don't dig on aggressive PUP really. Like it's totally not my vibe with them. I think they do the other vibe so much better. This is the only song I'll probably listen to off that EP because reasons that we'll get into later. I'm
Ooh.
sure. But it's number 11. I'm not going to veto a number 11. This isn't a Lawrence Arms list, so I'm totally fine to leave it here.
Okay. So we're vibing. We're gonna Rot.
Jake
in
and
number
I
11.
both politely gave a no with a heart.
Yeah, that was the no period heart emoji response. Well, not really because
But it
you
stays.
left it.
We stay. It
It-
stays.
That
We have to stand. We have no
yeah.
choice.
Okay. So Rot is number 11. We're gonna lock it in.
Rot.
Wow.
I'm down. I feel like I was just given a pass, but I'll take it.
You know what
I'll
it's
take the
like,
pass.
Vinny?
Sometimes it be like that.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
sometimes.
It's like you're on the Survivor Island and you find the immunity idol in the middle of the night, but you leave it buried so nobody knows you have it.
What?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, like that. I'm feeling that.
Okay,
I was
cool.
gonna say, or it's like when someone
But I
gives you
don't watch
something for free and you're just like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Can we
Don't
say
question it.
producers of Survivor, lousy advice on Survivor?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, put us
So
on there.
word.
Although I will say, I did watch an episode of a recent season. I'm not really vibing the show. Not
Why?
in the sense of like what it is, but production wise.
Is Jeff Probst just too old for you now, or what?
No.
Do
No.
you just do crazy shit?
No, I feel like the beginning of this last season, they were setting up like cops versus not cops.
Ew.
Because there was like 4 police competing on it, and I was like, oh.
I don't want to watch
And they're like,
cops.
yeah, I was not vibing the setup for the season. So I was like, I don't know even why I'm going back to watch this. I don't need to do this. This isn't necessary for me in my life. So I stopped. That leads us to song number 10, and it's Vinny's pick. It's the Vinny Show on the Lousy Advice podcast.
Oh my god, I wasn't prepared to have 2 picks in a row.
I'm so sorry.
This is me like reevaluating all my choices now based on the first pick. By the way,
You
That's
have
what
to
happens.
strategize.
That's what happens. Yeah.
You know what? I don't even care. I'm just gonna throw it down and put it on there. All right. Number 10 on my list is, where is it? Sibling Rivalry from Morbid Stuff.
Ooh.
I love that song so much. I'm just
Yeah.
glad to see it on the list. That song goes hard.
So, yeah, I love the song. I love the lyrics. I love that they threw the word sweater in there. Like any song that sings about sweaters, I'm totally down with in general.
The Weezer stands
but it
out
was-
there are shaking.
Yes. So Eric may or may not have all told you that. Besides Taylor Swift, my other obsession is Weezer, like Die Hard. Every song, every album, all of it. Like not just Pinkerton and the Blue Album. So
That's why. So we got offered to do a Weezer list, and I was like, I just like Pinkerton and the Blue Album, so I can't make a Weezer
You
list.
can't
And that makes me sad,
Four
Jake, because I
songs,
could
I
make
mean-
a total Weezer list.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
And if you throw the B-sides to those albums, then that's
It's
like
true.
32 songs or something. So
So-
My number one, Suzanne. That would be my number one on a Weezer list.
that's such a good song.
Yeah.
It is.
Really? I was just thinking
Just
about
throwing
such
that
a
out there.
dumb pick.
Oh my god.
But this is not the Weezer
Let's
list.
do it. Let's do a little mini Weezer episode in the middle of this list.
Let's do it.
Somebody call Christopher Nolan right now. Get him in here.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I guess
that-
we're not laughing at my jokes. That's fine.
I didn't get it.
Was that like a Batman reference?
No, because he did
No.
Inception.
Oh, Inception. I see. Yeah, so I don't know. I love sibling rivalry. You know, I thought it deserved to be on the list, but not too far up. So there it goes. Number 10.
It's debatable, but I like it. Man.
Sibling Rivalry is a fucking
So
banger.
great.
That's a really good song. Jake, what are you thinking? You're holding your mouth.
So I don't like this record pretty much.
That's
For the
There's
most
gonna be
part,
fights.
yeah.
Morbid
There's-
stuff is really not for me at all.
And not all
And me and
content
Shelby-
is.
Yeah, me and Shelby have had this conversation, I think, a lot. That's why I think Shelby's at an advantage, because she knows exactly what I'm going to play.
It's
Or
true.
exactly what I like. And yeah, this record is definitely not for me. I remember when these singles came out, because there were 3 singles for this record. This was one of them, and this is one that I thought was fine. One single I really hated.
Which this is wild to me. I can't believe this is real.
It's crazy
One
because
single-
that record's so good.
Yeah.
So.
One single
so good.
one single I was lukewarm on, which is this one, and then the other single is an amazing song. So
Yeah.
we'll see
Yeah.
when we get further down the list. But
So
I
you
chose
like
number,
you like one song on the record, right?
yeah, it's number 10. And I know that Shelby wants it to be here, so I'll just leave it here.
Cool.
I know that Shelby wants it on the list, so I'll just leave it here.
Bless you. That
Ble-
was very diplomatic of you.
that was.
It was.
Dang.
I don't even deserve
I feel
that.
like
Someone call the UN.
This is
I
Jake
know.
calling in a favor ahead of time, I feel like. But it's fine.
thank you, Shelby. I feel like you helped me keep that one on the list. So
Happy to oblige.
Cool. So we're comfortable with this. Do we
Super
have
duper.
anything else to say about sibling rivalry? Sibling rivalry.
Sibling.
Sibling.
No.
Sibling syllables. Okay. Well, we're going to lock that in at number 10. It's locked.
Is it loaded?
It might be. We'll check later. But we're going to shimmy on over to number 9. And this number 9 pick is going to Jake.
Okay, so I'm going to pick this song. Like I said, it was since this is the first PUP song I've ever heard. This will be the first song on the self-titled record. It is going to be the song "Guilt Trip," which I love because it's such a weird song musically, and it just has that the vocal performance has so much passion in it that it's just like phenomenal. And I don't know, it's just it's that first song you hear that makes you fall in love with the band, and I feel like this is that one. And I feel like it needs to make the list for that reason for me. It kind of sets the tone for what's to come as far as them in general. Even if it's maybe musically different than what they would normally do, I still feel like it's like a canon good song for them.
It didn't make my list, but it really does have like those classic traits of a good PUP song to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's got kind of the weird tempo going. It's got some bratty vocals on there, which is a personal favorite of mine. Yeah, I think that's a good pick for that spot. I think I'm comfortable with that there.
And it's the music video that made Finn Wolfhard a star.
Oh, that is that song.
Yeah.
That's a really good video.
Wait, who's Finn Wolfhard?
The kid from Stranger Things.
Oh, the kid who shows up in their later video.
In their other video, yeah.
Yes, Finn, that's right.
Yeah.
He must have been like 9 years old or something when that video came out.
That was pre-Stranger Things.
We love a Canadian moment.
Yeah. Is he Canadian? Is Finn Wolfhard Canadian?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Everyone is secretly Canadian, Eric.
I honestly, fuck. I mean, I wish me too. God damn it.
Did you know that? I was gonna say, did you know Avril Lavigne is Canadian?
I did know
absolutely.
that. I did know that.
Because if you weren't, I was gonna be like, you're not punk at all.
I also knew Sum 41 also is, right?
Yes.
That's why they were like together. Well, that's not why they were together, but there's a connection on that level. And then now she's with Chad Kroeger.
No, they broke up.
They broke up?
They
Yes.
broke up. Yeah.
Is she single?
There's a whole
Yes.
album about it.
I bet she's dating Machine Gun Kelly now. Wait, did Megan Fox leave him or no? They're still together?
Still together.
Oh.
But there's a really bad song that she did with some other guy.
That Mod Son?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just came out. It's not good. I don't
It's
like
not good.
it. No. It's young. I don't know. It's bad pop punk.
Yeah.
It's
I
just-
miss old Avril.
Yeah. I mean, so do I, but she's never coming back. This is like Avril number 3. You know what I mean? I don't know. She might have passed.
Oh
Who
my
knows?
God.
There's a whole. That's a whole thing there.
Avril Lavigne?
Oh yeah, there's the
You know
whole
the
really
conspiracy-
deep conspiracy
You know those
theories
conspiracy
about
yeah,
theories.
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
know this. I was like,
gonna say.
I feel like this is a popular one. I don't. Yeah. So
Yeah, it goes deep.
it goes deep. It goes pretty far.
Yeah.
Cool. So Guilt Trip. We're vibing.
Hell yeah.
We're living for
I'm
it.
vibing. It's honestly the only song that I really know off that record. So, because
Whoa.
Whoa.
that's it.
Oh no.
A real
I
whoa.
know. So, because
Big
like Eric, I
whoa.
was
It's going to be a
really
whoa for
late.
me.
I was really late to the game, and
Yeah.
I think like I listened to the first song and then the second song, and then the second song I was like, this is terrible, and then I just never powered over it. I never got through it.
The second song is terrible because it is. Even though it's one of their most popular songs, it is awful.
It literally every time I tried to listen to the record,
Oh,
it stopped
yeah.
me. And instead of just like skipping and going to the next song, I just went to a different album, and then I was like,
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think I don't
Oh,
think
no, I
dance
hope that
around
never
it.
happens to our band.
Reservoir, one of the most
We'll
popular
have
songs, and like one of the most prolific live songs of theirs. Not a good song.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's not
I don't
very
want to
good.
do karaoke
meet
to
me
that
at
song.
the Reservoir. Just like,
Yeah.
how about don't meet you there ever?
Yeah.
How about stay home?
Yeah.
Cool. So nobody's going to guilt trip Jake for the pick.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Not gonna happen.
Okay, we're gonna lock in guilt trip on number 9. This means that we're gonna just shimmy right back to Jake for number 8.
Yes.
Once again.
So
Welcome back.
appropriately, we started off with the first song on the first record.
Now we're going with the last song on the first record.
Now we're gonna move to the last song on the first record, which would be my number 8 pick, which is the song "Factories," which is definitely one of my favorite songs of theirs to see played live. I think it's just such a phenomenal song. And it is the first point that I'm going to bring up of, I think they're a great band that operates in the tradition of the story song, where through the lyrics they're telling a narrative of some kind. And I think this song has that phenomenal narrative about, and it's about, a guy who's working hard, and then, his wife's cheating around behind his back and stuff like that. And, being like, but this person knowing that they don't have the strength to call that person out on it, or, I think it's a really interesting, fun narrative to put to a song. Are you okay with it, buddy?
No, I'm just laughing because the way you're telling this story is so wild to me.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know why
I was totally like vibing on the story. I
just
didn't know the song.
No,
like,
sorry.
I love this song, and I don't even know.
Honestly, this choice came really to me out of left field, so I'm a little taken aback because it's just not a song that I thought of for this list at all. I mean, it's not a bad song.
Just the what makes the song for me a lot is the chorus makes the song for me when it goes the factories, I'm an honest man, just the whole gang
I know
vocal
you
aspect,
love a
and
narrative,
it's kind of
Jake.
slow. It's slow and just a vibe, and you're like, yeah. And it's got that cool instrumental bit at the end where it goes into almost like Rush territory where they're doing weird off-timey stuff, and it's just them jamming for a minute. Oh my god, it's so good. I love it.
I'm gonna make a note to listen
I need
to
to make
this
a
later.
decision right now. Hold on.
Are you thinking about?
No, I just need to remind myself what the end of this song sounds like.
I'll listen to it right now too.
Oh yeah, I do like this song. Okay, I don't often go back to this record. It's one that I could take most of the songs they're fine, but it's later days of PUP when they progress for me.
Yeah, I just think it's and also if we I'm gonna end up maybe bringing a song that has similar elements to it.
Okay.
It's just phenomenal.
I'm comfortable with that.
You're gonna keep it.
Yeah, because there's very specific songs that I want to veto.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm coming from. I just need to make sure that I've got all my ducks in a row.
Yeah, I feel you.
So this can stay.
Vinny, how are you feeling? You're gonna keep it?
I feel like just hearing the story about how it touched Jake in such a deep way, moved me. So I think I'm definitely.
Well, you better be careful because Jake's got a million of those stories to warm your heart to get his songs on the list. So you better buckle up.
Now I'm I'm reading the lyrics and I'm kind of just vibing on the song. It is definitely a narrative. It's long lyrics. It
is. Yeah, it's got a lot of lyrics.
They're going on, and I'm into that in that regard. So yeah, I'll keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're locking in Factories at number 8. This leads us to Shelby's first pick. It is the number 7 pick. Shelby, what did you pick?
I'm going to switch it up here because I feel like I need to make sure specific songs are on this.
Mm-hmm.
So, my choice, this is a great song. This is one of the songs that I desperately wish that I had written. I think this is the song that I showed Eric from Morbid Stuff when I was really stoked on it. It is See You at Your Funeral. That song is so perfect to me. I love it with my whole entire soul. It's much higher on my list, but I just want to make sure it ended up on this list. And I know, Jake, that you hate it, and I'm sorry, but I think it's the bee's knees.
I think it's an amazing song, and yes. So I have a pause question. It's what if you have a song that someone else has on their list on your list? What
There's
do you do?
synergy.
You have a placement coming up and somebody's already picked that song?
Yes.
You can replace it with any song around it or any song if that song's already been played, you can just pick whatever else you'd like.
Or you can veto it
if you
want it to be
also veto
higher.
it to get it higher up if you want. It just is dependent upon how strongly you feel about it.
Cool.
It's a good song. Jake, I feel like you were going to say a lot about this.
It's not my favorite PUP song.
You know what?
It is a perfect
Listening
PUP
back
song.
to it, it is one of the. I think it's one of the better songs that is on that record. If I like listening back to it, and I remember because the first time a record comes out, or when you're anticipating a band's record coming out, you kind of listen through the first time and earmark a couple songs that are good.
Yeah.
And I remember there was probably 3 on that record, and this was one of those ones that I was like, this one's a good one.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to leave it where it lies.
Okay.
It has to stay here simply because of the line. I saw you, like, when he's talking about he sees, like, his ex at the grocery store, and he's like, I wonder if you think that I'm doing well. I'm buying organic food and making healthy selections. I'm just
Yes.
like,
Yes.
The song is so
exactly.
perfect.
That for me is like
It's just really
It's
so stupid and so good.
so good.
It's just like those really dumb things that you think about seeing somebody that you don't like in public, being like, I hope they look at me and see, wow, this person is really doing well with their life and completely overanalyzing a situation that really is like so insignificant.
Yeah.
I love it.
But it's like performance. Like, I want you to see that I'm doing well. I'm going to perform goodness.
I'm going to go to
you.
the organic section and pick out produce.
His vocal cadence on almost every song is always chaos.
It is.
It's
stressful.
constant stress and constant surprise.
Yeah.
It's always just like, it'll be like, oh yeah, that works for the rhythm. And then it's like I know Jake probably hates this, but like a soft spoken word with like really intense theater fucking diction.
Well, you know, with his singing, you know why the second album's called The Dream Is Over, right?
Yes, because he almost could not sing anymore, right?
He almost shredded his voice to the point where he couldn't sing.
Oh,
and
really?
The doctor literally said to him, "The dream is over. You can't sing anymore."
I thought you were going to say he woke up.
Okay.
He got
That
infected.
is
He woke up.
so horrifying to me.
That's scary.
like
Yeah.
literally my worst nightmare is for a doctor to say those words to me. So like to
I
just
worry about
imagine a
that
band
with-
that's doing well and like the doctor being like, the dream is over. Like I'd fucking sob my eyes out. That's
I worry about
crazy.
that with Donison Camarillo all the time.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's on the path.
Because after one set, he'll be like, "Ugh, ugh," like his voice will be all fucked up, and I'm
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
being on tour.
I was
Figure
gonna
it
say
out.
those
Yeah,
tour nights
yeah.
were some rough sounding nights.
He was
Yeah.
going through it. That is some.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Liz is screaming, "Sing your hardest song." Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
I was going to say something. I forget what I was going to say.
No, that's okay. Sometimes people forget.
Do
We
I get
do.
to keep my
Sometimes
song
you forget
here?
things.
It sounds like we're keeping the song.
I'm
Everyone's
excited.
vibing.
Yeah,
Everyone's
I'm not
going to
gonna
leave.
get-
I love that song.
Yeah.
I listen to it like all the time.
Yeah, that's a song that I just sing in my car when I'm feeling feisty.
Yeah.
It's also just a nice. The chorus is like a nice well wish. I hope you're doing fine on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Because after everything we've been through,
Like,
um,
you better find someone,
yeah,
but you won't.
but you won't. And you'll try, but no, you won't. Okay, cool. So you got your funerals locked in at number 7. We're gonna just skip to the Lou, and by Lou I mean 6, and by
I thought you
6,
meant the bathroom break.
I was gonna say I
No.
am gonna skip. To
are you going to?
Me
Actually,
too.
recording on the okay. We're gonna go ahead and just jam the fuck through this list. I'm gonna read what we have so far, even though we're kind of less than halfway, but I do not give a shit because I'm doing it. 11, we have Rot. Number 10 is Sibling Rivalry. Number 9 is Guilt Trip. Number 8 is Factories. Number 7 is See You at Your Funeral. This is coming in at number 6, Vinny's pick. Vinny, what do you pick?
Oh, my.
Oh no.
I'm really glad it's not something off Morbid Stuff because I feel like every time I use that record now, I'm gonna just want to walk away in shame. But number 6 on my list is If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, I Will.
That's interesting.
Oh.
That's very interesting. State your reason though. Like, what makes you love this song?
I like that song so much because, so for me on that record, The Dream Is Over, I felt like it's the perfect first song on a record. Like, it's short, and it also, to me, is almost inseparable from the song after it. Where
Fucking thank you. Oh shit.
I separate them
I
so
was
clearly
saying
that I
fucking
just can't comprehend.
so
They
like
have
I
the same thing.
it's really one song. It's like, to me, I don't even know that it's like, it's insane if I'm listening to it and my phone is set to random instead of not, and for some reason the second song doesn't play after the first one, like I freak out and I have to go back and put it on immediately. It's actually start with If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, I Will, and then listen to DVP, because it's like
Oh my gosh.
I think it's the most seamless transition like in
Oh,
music almost that
Vinny.
I've heard. ever.
Oh,
So
Literally.
it's
Vinny.
just
Literally yesterday in our band group chat, I go, okay, we can discuss this with everybody that's participating, but I feel like if this tour doesn't kill you, then I will, and DVP has to be a package deal.
I hate that.
It
Well,
has to be a package deal.
No, I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
say
it
though,
does.
I'm gonna mix it up and be like, they're both on my list, but I broke them up actually because I didn't feel like they were in the same caliber for me. So I did break them up, but
So
that's
So
We
I
can-
love
my
the
list at
end
number
of
6.
I love the end of If This Tour Doesn't Kill You. But I really don't like the beginning part of it, and that's the problem with not problem, but like PUP is a band that can have like 2 fully different songs in the same song.
yeah.
And not that it's fully different, but it's
Well-
man. I
So
struggle.
don't
I
like,
really don't
is
like
it too? Does it like? Is it too much of a slow build for you? Like it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it came off to me as like not very genuine. Like just like a funny like, oh, we're all on each other's nerves.
That.
I don't know. I don't know what it is truly.
Because I just feel like being in a band, like there are those feelings where you're like, I'm gonna tear your fucking face off
I
Yeah.
mean,
because you're so annoying to me. Like,
not in lousy advice.
I mean,
yeah.
Also-
I mean, yeah. Admittedly,
Nonsense.
this is Lousy Vice is the first band where I've never felt that way, but every other band
you're
I've been
welcome.
in,
thank
I've
fucking
definitely
You're
God.
had
welcome.
that moment where I'm like, I'm gonna tear your fucking face off because
Oh, yeah.
I'm sick of you as
Yeah.
a person.
You know what,
like,
Jake? We went on tour with you guys. I get it.
yeah.
You know what? I get it.
I
do.
also get it.
You guys fart. You guys are loud.
Yeah. But I
Oh,
mean,
we fart a lot.
I will argue though.
Spread your legs in a full ass van.
Yeah. The man spread.
Not me.
Some of my old bands, like a couple of my bands that I've been in, were very much that way. Where like after a certain time, it was just like I can't fucking do this. I quit one of my bands at a show on stage,
I love that.
Diva.
but then I got back into it at the end of the night. No, it was
I
just
can
because
totally see
Johnny
you
was
doing
being a
that.
piece of shit to the sound guy, and then like we like played this set, and I'm like, "Fuck you, Johnny, I quit." And we were in the middle of a tour too, so it was like real messy. But yeah.
You know, that's what Ginger Spice did to the Spice Girls, and that's why they broke up.
Oh, shout
middle of it.
out queer
Ginger
icon.
In the middle of a tour, she fucking left. She was like, I'm done.
I don't blame her. She got so much shit for
Yeah.
just existing.
And she could fucking sing.
Yeah, Jerry, cheers.
Jerry's
Yeah.
got the pipes.
You know, I'm not gonna veto the song because I get it.
Wow.
I get
How
it.
much shit she gave me the other day.
I really would have. I really would have vetoed it, but I do get it, especially from being in a band's perspective. I get it. Not that I ever want to kill any of my bandmates.
No.
I just,
But maybe.
I also really
I mean,
love the song.
not anymore.
Oh yeah.
Well, the music video is so good for the song too.
It's so good. And I also feel like the song, even though, you know, on the surface, it's just about being in a band, like, I feel like it's just about any long-term relationship, kind of. It's just, it's just sort of like, it gives me just a cohabitation, anyone that you see for too long vibe, like, I love you, but I'm gonna kill you, basically, if I
Yeah.
see you again tomorrow, you know? So, and
Yeah.
with the whole current status of, you know, the world
Yeah.
and being stuck and just doing the same thing over and over every day, like it just still
Me
resonates
living
with
with
me a
my
lot.
dog.
So I'm into it.
I'm gonna kill you.
But I do
Uber.
agree that it
Yeah.
should be one song with DVB for
Okay.
sure. But
It should be.
Okay. Do you guys
It
want
should
to?
be.
Do you guys want to take a vote on that?
No,
yeah,
I'm gonna
I mean, I think
lose.
So you both think, Jake and Vinny, you both think that it should be a combo package.
I think it should be with DVP for sure.
On the
Yeah.
list.
Because I think, like I said, I think that without DVP, If This Tour Doesn't Kill You doesn't have an ending. And I think without If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, then DVP doesn't have a beginning.
Mm.
to the
DVP
song.
has a very like it would have just been like an abrupt beginning, but it works alone. Whatever.
Okay.
It
Should
does.
I?
Vote. Let's vote.
Let's vote. Who wants it as a package deal?
I'm willing to raise my hand. I'll be an asshole.
wait, but what does that mean? Does it get?
That means that
does it get-
it's with If This Tour Doesn't Kill You on the list. They're together on the list.
So you
I don't
would
think-
That means it
They're the same
takes up
spot.
2 spots, or are we
Or-
adding a spot to the list?
no, you wouldn't be able to
No,
play
it would be on that same spot.
It would be unplayable because it would be hand in hand with if this tour doesn't kill you.
So Jake's a yay. Vinny,
Basically, number 6 would be if this tour doesn't kill you, then I will /DVP.
Oh.
I really don't feel like DVP is going to make the list otherwise.
Well,
that's
that
why
would
I'm
just be
willing-
tragic.
That's why I'm willing to raise my hand.
Because I have DVP like very high up on the list, so I'm kind of...
so you vote
Uh,
for it as a separate?
No, I'm going to stick it together then.
Okay. And Shelby,
Yeah.
you think it should be separate?
I think it should be separate.
Okay. Well, DVP becomes the same song.
I really and,
So we're
and
dropping
you know,
it in.
with DVP, it's a song I like Shelby and Eric know that in the lightweight practice space we have a DVP flag up in the practice space.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah, where it's like Super Mario Bros. 3 thing. It says I don't give a shit. It's from the music video.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Which is very
yeah.
fucking cool.
I've never seen it. That's cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Says I
Well,
don't give a
Awesome.
shit.
what does DVP stand for?
Don Valley Parkway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they say it in the song.
Yeah.
Driving 180. That's
That's right.
180 Canadian units, too. That's
kilometers.
Yeah.
180 kilometers.
I was like, because otherwise,
Otherwise, that is
Yeah, 180 is a little reckless.
wacky.
this is some Sonic shit.
why.
Okay, I guess we're gonna lock it in. It's locked.
Yeah.
Sorry, we did it. It's
In case
done.
you wanted to know, that's 111 miles per hour.
That's fast.
That's still pretty
It's
fast.
very fast.
That's still
Yeah.
fast. Gotta go fast. Number 5. We're on the number 5 pick. It's Jake's pick. Jake, what the heck
Okay.
is up?
So, we previously left off on Factories with my picks.
Okay.
And this is the song that started at 11 and moved up to this position.
Wow. Growth.
Okay.
Indeed.
It's growth. And that's the theme of, if you listen from the first
It's-
episode to now.
It's really
the
becoming
theme
a
is growth.
podcast motif for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's growth. And it is the last song on the second record. It is a little ditty called Pine Point. I wanted to include a slow jam on the list.
And it's a slow banger.
Because they
It
have a
is.
couple of those. Like they have the Coast, they have this, they have I forget what the name of the first. There's Yukon. That's also
I would
really
consider Never Try kind of a slower
yeah. Those are
burn.
kind of like slow jams of theirs, but this one really connects with me because of being on a personal level, because it's about like growing up in like a rural kind of area, right? It's about growing up in a place that is like rural and kind of decaying
a
and
fiddle
kind of
town, if you will.
a fiddle town, if you will. Yes, that may be a similar scenario.
Can you say rural again?
Rural.
Rural.
Like it. Love it.
Rural.
Oh.
And having done that,
I feel like we've all done that. Have we all done that? Eric, I know where you're from. That's pretty fucking.
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
I'm from
Yeah.
Prunedale.
Kentucky.
Although I
Uh,
do say I'm from Salinas because I feel like Salinas is a huge step up from Prunedale because Prunedale is trash.
you claim Salinas.
I mean, I say I'm from there because it's close enough, and I
Yeah.
hate Prunedale.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
yes, yeah, Prunedale's
because
little.
me and the lightweight guys, we're from Valley Springs and San Andreas and all these like foothill type of places. I think that's why we really connect with this song because it's kind of got that vibe of being like being in that sort of area where it's like there's not a whole lot to do. It's kind of like weird where it's like dying but it's like thriving at the same time. Like lyrically, once again, it's kind of like storytelling thing where he's talking about my brother died in '86 when he was there was like a drunk driving incident, like all these kind of things that I think are interesting. And there's a one part of the song that I really love where they're building up to the last part where he takes his voice to such a high octave where he's like in Pine Point, like so high up that it's like phenomenal. It's so good. And that's why out of all because I wanted to put a slow jam on here, that's why out of all the slow jams this one ended up being the one that I picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the list needs a good slow jam. I agree with that.
I feel like
It's
I have
great
a slow jam
song.
on my list, but it's not any of the songs that you mentioned. So everyone's gonna be like, "That's not a slow jam, and that's not a good song." So I'm excited.
Because-
Yeah, that's what we
So-
do on the Lousy Advice podcast. Sorry.
So Brian and I argued over this or The Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, just The Coast doesn't do what this song does for me. The Coast, I feel like lyrically is weaker and all stuff like that, you know. I just don't relate to it as much, and that's why this one is the one that ended up winning out. It was between The Coast and this one.
Sorry.
Gotcha. I'm unfamiliar with both.
Ditto.
I'm really
Also,
concerned
okay,
for the top
so-
5 of our list.
It's gonna get
I had to
wild.
bring this up. I brought this up in our band group chat. There is a big motif of "I hope you know" in Factories, right? And then this song literally ends with them saying "I hope you know" a bunch, and it's the two last songs on their first two records, and that, my friends, is a motif.
Yeah.
And I dig that.
That's
We
a
love
callback.
art.
We love art and a callback and a motif.
Yeah, we're big art stands on the Lousy Advice podcast.
Yeah.
I mean,
This was originally 11 on my list, and it literally got bumped up this far because I listened to it so much this week, and I was like, this has got to
this is
be
the
way
one?
higher up.
This
This
is
is the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right.
What do you think? Are you gonna
I
leave
think
it?
it needs a slow jam. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I don't think I have any slow jams on my list. Oh wait, no, I do have one, but not that one.
Vinny, what do you think? You're gonna leave it?
I think I will leave it. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna leave it.
We're gonna lock that in at number 5 and shimmy right down to number 4, Shelby's pick.
Oh, boy.
Welcome back.
I'm getting nervous because honestly,
I'm
Like,
getting nervous.
this
Like,
whole
there's a lot of
DVP
tension in the-
move, this whole DVP move has really like put me in some weird.
It's harsh to your mellow.
Yes, it's put me in a very interesting.
It's honestly
position.
enthused me because DVP was much lower on my list, so to get it on the list at all
Yeah.
Is that it?
phenomenal.
Is that Enthused by Blink-182?
So, yeah, I'm doing a thing. I'm taking a chance again and banking on Jake to make sure that the top, like the second song on the list is like correct,
Uh-huh.
you know? So
Oh.
I know. I'm stressed.
Wait, is that because I get veto for first or something? Like,
No, it's just that I did
Me
base
and-
some of my stuff around stuff that I
think-
know for a fact that Jake loves.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping it's not a Phoebe Bridgers moment.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we're famously on our top albums. Shelby relied on me to put Phoebe high on the list,
And it didn't happen.
It,
And
didn't, it didn't
end up
happen,
on the
and
whole-
so Phoebe's record didn't even end up on our best of, even though
Right.
we all agree
That it should have been
it should
there.
have probably been. Hella
was this like
high.
a best of 2020? Or
Yeah,
that
best
was
of 2020 albums.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So, but
and Punisher's not on it. Like,
yeah,
you all
and
failed.
all
I
of-
just wanna let you
all
know.
of us
I was
Okay.
happy. I was happy because my favorite record ended up as number 1, so
Yeah,
that was fine with
that's
me.
true.
That-
But
Okay.
all of
I'm
us,
luckily happy.
I think we all had that album on our list too.
No,
Yeah.
I've
No,
never
you
heard
didn't.
it.
Oh.
Oh, Jake, what are you doing with your life?
Okay. Okay, I'm still gonna stick to my gut. So I'm gonna move one of my lower songs a little bit higher, but I think it deserves to be there. It's from the second record. Jake, you're just gonna have to live with this. I don't care. Familiar Patterns. I love that song. I know it's a weird one, but I just fucking I don't know. I really went through like a heavy PUP phase last year when I was living with Kate. You hear Jake talk about Brian a lot in this episode. Kate is Brian's counterpart.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, these people are important to us.
Yeah.
But I directly correlate. Like I when I think of PUP, I think of Kate, and just like screaming this song on the freeway, driving 125 miles an hour because she's crazy. So this is a very personal song to me, I think.
Driving with Kate is a very unique experience.
Yeah,
and it's very fun.
it's very fun because like you're sitting on dirt because she like loves plants and stuff. So you're sitting on literal dirt. You get in the car and you're like, "What is that?" And it's like, "Oh, that's dirt. I'm sorry." Cool. Sifting through like the many coffee mugs we would be leaving on the floor.
Yeah.
There's some crayons in the back seat. You know, it's a party. We're going 500 miles an
Yeah.
hour. I love her very much.
Literally
and miss
flying.
her. I would kill to be in that Prius.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was just more of a me thing. A me thing. So, whatever.
How are we feeling about Familiar Patterns at number 4? Okay, not everybody all at once now.
It's okay.
there is a I don't know,
What?
I've always said this about PUP a lot, and I feel like if you took all the dud songs off their first 2 records, you would have one of the best punk records ever made.
Yeah.
And I think that this song is not what I would call a dud song, but it still is like not.
It's not it for you?
It's not it for me.
I get it. I get that for you.
But it does have the great line, "I'm getting serious douche chills." It's phenomenal. Phenomenal
Yeah.
line.
Love.
It's a very fun song to sing along to.
Yeah, it's very sing-alongable. It's got a good melody, but it's like, man, this is not what I would put on my list. So I'm gonna have to think about this for a second
Yeah.
while Vinny talks.
By all means.
It's kind of like I'm not. It doesn't vibe for me either. Like I don't mind it, but I don't ever go there.
If you don't like it on this list, fucking veto it. You know, the world's your oyster. I get vetoed every episode. Nothing is new to me.
I just
I
feel
have bad
vetoing
taste.
anything right now. So
I have bad taste.
I feel like what slot is this? What number are we at? 4?
This is number
This
4.
is
Yeah.
number 4.
So it's getting kind of serious. Wait, so
We're in very
what are
serious
my
territory.
veto options again? I just get 1 veto.
So you get one
Yes.
veto to veto a song off the list, and you get a veto override, meaning if one of somebody else vetoes a song and you disagree with that veto, you can swat it away with your veto override.
Okay.
And it's on
See,
a
I feel
choice that isn't your own.
Yes.
I feel like for me, if number 4 is not worth a veto, like I'm gonna save that for 1, 2, and 3. Personally.
Man, this is so rough.
So
Rough stuff.
I don't hate
I
the
implore
song.
you,
I just-
whoever is out there, you 2 vetoes, go with your gut. Whenever I get vetoed, it ends up better. I love
I
this.
just don't want to. Here's the issue:
Like,
is
I
My
like
number
this
1
more
is
than one of the other
perfect,
songs that
so
I
I'm
let
not worried
slide by,
about that.
so I think I'm just gonna be like, I'm fine with it. I'm gonna leave it.
My number 1
So-
is perfect.
I'm looking Shelby in the eyes on my camera right now,
Okay, I'm looking back. What's up?
and I know that we're vibing so hard towards the end of this list,
Yes.
And I'm gonna fuck it all up, basically.
and I don't want to veto it and fuck that up. Is the issue here?
Oh, this song's not
Um,
going to end up higher.
So I'm gonna veto it. Then.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Speaking of familiar patterns, Shelby gets vetoed every episode. By Jake. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Consistent. If this
Because I
podcast
just-
is
I
nothing if not consistent.
Yeah.
I just think that it's a good song, but like is it better than Pine Point? Is it better than
Yes.
DVP?
No, it's
Is
not,
it
but
better
DVP's
than-
already on the fucking list, so maybe if I was able to choose it, that would have been there in
Is
that
it better
fucking
than
spot. Maybe like I fucking
Trip
planned initially,
or-
you fucking assholes.
We're not supposed to get angry with it here. I'm just saying. I'm just
Had to
explaining
vent.
my reasoning for why I'm vetoing it. Is I just don't think it's better than those songs.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I was
See?
just,
I could probably agree. So my replacement is going to be Kids. I don't know if that's better or worse for you.
Fuck!
We stand. I love this. Literally the one that he hates even more.
Okay. I think that for overall people who do like PUP would probably
okay.
agree that Kids deserves to be on this list. That song fucking rages.
Yeah, I will
It
also.
That is so
rages.
fun.
It rages.
It's so
It
fun and
rages.
cute.
Jake definitely,
He definitely hates
it with a
it.
burning passion, but I do think Kids.
And I
is a
didn't choose this out of
fucking-
spite, by the way. This was genuinely like
It's a
my
good.
thoughts.
It's a good song.
So Jake, I'm not
It's an
trying to
amazing
spite you.
song.
It just happened in passing.
Just the. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. Just like it's just catchy and cool. I don't care about.
So
And
what
the
I
drums,
will say, I
Drums
do
on
have a
that
little bit of a
song
problem.
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a little bit of a problem with the talking verses. That was very hard for me to cope with at first. But I just think that like and I've embraced the calamity, like all of those little
Yeah.
like sing along melodies and stuff. I just think they're so fun. They're so
Are you
good. The
okay?
chorus is so good to me.
And this
I
is.
had to walk outside.
I know.
I know,
Share on
Jake,
that
and
one.
this wasn't to spite you on purpose. This is just earnestly like what I feel.
It feels like that. It feels like because So when I was talking about the singles for this record earlier, it was Kids, Sibling Rivalry, and one other song, and this is the song that I fucking hated.
Yeah.
What
I
song did you
hate
love? Oh,
this song.
Yeah.
if I wanted Limp Bizkit in 2019,
But that's the
I would
Whoa,
listen to fucking
whoa,
Whiskey.
whoa.
Okay?
No.
Yes,
You're out of
yes.
line. You're out of line.
no, but
there's bullshit.
Here's the
in these
thing.
verses.
Here's the thing, though, that the vibe of those talk verses
Oh,
aren't
it's
like
so bad.
it's not like him trying to do some Limp Bizkit shit. It feels just like goofy, broken poetry. It's like
It just
fucking
feels like-
broken.
it just feels like, like I used to edit a literary magazine. It sounds like
Okay,
the shit
brag.
that we would throw in the fucking garbage. His
Whoa.
fucking terrible
Whoa.
verses.
But
Wow.
It's so fucking
okay, and
bad.
here's the thing
Wow.
though about the song that I think, and I know I'm not even playing, but I'm gonna give you my opinion because hey, I think that this song is interesting because of those. It's so like unique in the way that it's presented. Because like even the chorus, what would be the chorus is just like a dropout of everything, or like the drums are just like the single ba 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 ba. Ba. Like it's cool and interesting, and like the drums on this song too, even in those like
That's
what
what
you
I
would consider the
think
rap
It is
verse.
a great pop
it's like,
song, and that's why I love it.
It's just
It's
like
a great song.
it's a great song.
I think that's the worst part of the song is that the choruses are so good, and then the verses
you agree?
just sound.
So you do
Well,
agree that
and
the
then-
choruses are
hold
really
on.
good.
So you agree?
And then the verses sound like the worst beatnik 8th grade fucking poetry I've ever heard in my fucking life. Where they're like, hey, this would be cool if I just fucking rap rock over this fucking verse riff. And it's, oh my god, it's so fucking horrific. It is a horrifically sounding song.
It's not.
Because of that reason. Oh god, I can't stand it.
I
But I
love
don't have
it.
a veto, so I'm fucked either way.
I think that more PUP fans than not would agree that this song is good enough to be in that spot.
I think
And I think they would be wrong.
And that's fine because whatever. This was not to
feel
spite
like-
you. It's a
I
I
great
feel like
is-
this is getting serious.
it's getting
Because I
serious.
Every
literally-
week.
So my strategy was I literally am going to, and you fucked me with familiar patterns on this, was I literally was like, the only song I'm ever gonna veto, there's two of them, it's gonna be Reservoir. Actually, no, three of them, sorry. Reservoir, Mabu,
Oh yeah.
or Kids. I was
Wow.
gonna veto any of those three.
Well, well
now-
played,
Guess
Shelby.
it
Now here we
doesn't
are.
matter anyway.
It doesn't matter anyway, does it?
Oh god, this
Well
fucking
played.
song.
Well played.
I don't care about nothing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nothing but you. Okay.
Okay. Vinny, you like
Make it
Kids.
great.
You think Kids is a certified rager.
Kids was it was higher on my list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
So
If-
See,
I
we're
mean,
out of the, you're, see,
if-
we're good.
Jake, truly, if I had made a list, also it would be pretty fucking high
That's
on my list.
insanity.
Yeah, see, I feel validated. Thank you for
Yeah, Kids is a fucking
holding
good
me.
song.
Kids is a rager.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
So good.
It's
I'm still,
It's
but
a
you
bop.
know what? I'm still putting my faith in Shelby because I know Shelby has good taste, despite
You know that
her
in
having
the end,
bad.
it's, in the end, it's
despite-
gonna end up okay.
Yeah, despite her having bad takes sometimes, I know she has good taste.
But that's the thing about being in a band together is that all of us line up like we align in very specific,
It's like
Yeah.
it's like really specific, minute details.
minuscule.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It just barely works. It
And it's a vibe.
is a vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna lock Kids in at number 4. That means we're moving on to number 3. This is Vinny's last pick. Vinny, what do you think?
Well, I'm doing some scratching on my paper because originally number 3 was Kids for me, so now that's taken care of. Thank you, Shelby.
Hey.
You're so welcome.
So I don't even have to worry about that anymore. So now I'm like reaching into either the top or the bottom of my list and moving something up. God.
I'm a little stressed too. I have to admit.
I'm stressing out. I'm worried about which one of these I'm going to be more hurt when they get vetoed. So, all right. At number 3, I'm going to put Closure.
Huh.
From Morbid Stuff.
Okay. So I like Closure.
Shelby had a reaction.
Yeah, no, I like Closure. It's not one of the songs from that record that ended up on my list by any means. Yeah, I could live with being top 3. I could live with it. I just can't
What's up
afford.
to you?
I just can't afford for anything that like I need to be like number 1 or number 2 to end up as number 3. Otherwise, I'm fucked personally on a like strategy level. It's gonna get real weird. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave that there.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
Whoa.
Closure. Yeah, it
So
is
I'm just
really
thinking-
catchy.
I need closure.
I'm now
I just feel like
glaring omission on this list, but you know, that's how this game goes.
Yeah. I just really specifically need this list to work out for me in the end. So I'm gonna leave it.
I understand that.
Because
when
I
you say
feel
that, I
like
feel
our
like you're-
taste aligns so much that you're gonna choose the song that I need to choose, and then I'm gonna
Probably.
be pissed.
No. I'm counting on you. It's fine.
Yeah, we're counting on each other, Jake. I'm scared.
Synergy.
I've
Symbiosis.
never been so nervous for things to work out my
so
way.
you're only concerned with 1 and 2, though. It seems like you're not.
Yeah.
You're not really concerned with the list as a whole.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I
I'm definitely
truly am.
concerned-
Most
I'm
of my
definitely
songs
concerned
ended
with
up on
this list as a whole for sure.
A lot of
Because
my
I feel
songs
like
ended up here.
there's a particular song that's going to be left off because of this, because of what I think 2 and 1 need to be, and what I think me and Shelby want to be 2 and 1. But like I said, I can't do anything about it anyway because I don't have a veto. So
Yeah.
who gives a shit about what I have to say at this point?
I'm stressed. Should I? Do I?
Nothing matters
Should I-
anyway.
Should I stay or
Sure.
should I go?
Because there is a song that I think is going to get left off this list that makes me cry extensively.
I don't think that's the truth.
You
I
don't cry.
I do, but it's fine.
Okay.
I can totally picture it crying, by the way.
Okay.
It
You know
happens
what,
way
Vinny?
too often.
Vinny, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm gonna veto it because I want to see what your other choice is.
That's good.
And a
We
rare
could do
honey
that.
from Shelby.
I know. I don't know
Where'd
why
that
I said
come
that.
from?
Because I feel so
I
bad.
feel
I
like
feel
this
like
is a
he's
bad
been
move.
shat on this whole episode, so
I-
I'm just trying to be nice.
That was just so sweet because I
No,
don't think
I'm
I've ever heard
totally-
you
you
say
know, so
that,
I-
and it came out of nowhere. That was
I knew
nice.
it was
That
going to get
nice.
vetoed. I knew it, actually, which is why I was okay with it. I threw it. It was like my offering. I
You
was
gained
like, "Here,
closure."
here."
So nervous right now.
Yeah, so am I.
So that means
You-
I just want to, before I wield my power, I just want to recognize that whatever I put on this number 3 spot
It has
stays
to
there.
be. Yeah,
Yes.
no matter what,
in.
it's there.
This is
No-
locked.
yeah, nobody
Okay,
can
like
say anything.
literally, I know you guys can't, you're not here, but like my heart just started racing a little bit. So now
We like a little drama.
Yeah, it's a little drama.
it's drama. So now I'm gonna just revisit my list.
This is like
and
earth shattering to me.
go
I don't-
down it
I'm
real
a little
quick.
nervous. Why did I do this?
Okay.
Oh boy, my heart's racing now too.
All right, fuck it. I just at number 3, we are gonna go with Scorpion Hill.
Oh no! Exactly what I didn't want to happen happened. Oh,
Wait, you don't like Scorpion Hill?
That's one of the most beautiful, wonderful songs that exists in this world.
Oh, is that what
you're gonna
is
put higher?
So perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Exactly what I didn't want to happen happened.
But
I
number
fucked
3 is a
around
good
And
spot.
and I found out.
Good.
But I think Shelby wanted it at number 1.
So that was Shelby and I's number 1
Yes.
for sure.
That was number 1.
That was your number 1?
Yeah, that was number 1. It
Okay.
is the number
This is
1
gonna
PUP
take some
song.
reorienting like a motherfucker.
I am so
I know,
excited.
and now I'm even more nervous.
Well,
Sorry, I just like ruined everything on the
No.
Oh my
You just
God.
have good taste. That's all.
yeah.
Yeah, you
And
should
that's what I
really
was
taste.
worried about.
I was worried that you had good taste.
Well, no, I was worried that he had such good taste that all 3 of us were going to align on number 1.
Yeah.
I should have
Um,
known. It's
I
too
just
great
was
of a
really
song.
nervous that no one else actually, because you guys were trash talking this album so much. I was like, it's
Yeah.
gonna get left off the list, and
And
that
it's
would
a-
be
It's an incredible song.
It's
tragic.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Like-
just one of those songs that it's like tears come to my eyes every time I listen to it.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah, it's just when I was talking about them as like a band that does like story songs, this is like the best one.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking when you were talking about Factories, where I was like, the best story song that I could think of is one. This is like one of the best there is. Period.
Yeah.
So.
It just because me and Shelby talked about this in our group chat where it's like I don't have any desire to have kids,
Mhm.
right? But when he's talking about if I can't support the two of us, how can I support a third? That line still somehow hits so
Right.
fucking
Well,
well,
and when
despite
he's like, it's
not
his
relating
first
to
day
it
of
at all.
school, like he's
Yeah.
smiling. It's his first day of school. I'm just like, it gets to the part
Oh
where he
my
talks
God,
about like
yeah,
the gun in
yeah.
the nursery. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, it's
It is
sad.
so good. It is like the saddest best song.
What? Okay.
What is happening?
Whoa, Vinny, what are you
is
doing?
happening?
I was getting myself more wine.
No, but
was
what is
wine
that
for-
sound?
Sounded
That noise-
insane.
That sounded like that was a whirlpool of ghosts.
that noise has to be kept in. You can't cut that.
No,
shit out.
I need that.
That has
What?
gotta be in there.
I'm so confused.
I was just like, is there a spaceship around?
Yeah. Did you pour your wine through a fucking black hole? Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
What exactly happened just now?
Oh my god.
That was so confusing.
Oh, so this has got to stay at 3.
It's staying. We have no choice.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Oh, boy.
that was a lot.
Scared.
I
Tell me.
fucked around and found out.
You did, but at least it's
Fucked
on
around and
there.
Found out.
It's on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna lock Scorpion Hill in, and we're gonna scoot to Jake on number 2. Jake, number 2.
I need to think for a second. Shelby,
What?
I think you know what I was gonna play at number 2.
You think so?
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Okay, I'm sorry.
She full ass
I'm
put
just
the
gonna-
mic down. I was just, I was like, wait, what's
I'm just
happening? What are you doing?
Hubie looks so cute. I was gonna try to snag a picture of
I'm
it.
just gonna
Do it,
play
do
the
it,
other
do it.
song. So
Sorry.
I'm gonna play the other song. I'm gonna play the song that I thought was gonna be left off the list. Okay,
Okay.
and it's going to be off of "The Dream Is Over," song that makes me cry.
Hmm.
It is going to be "Sleep in the Heat,"
Oh, that's a good song.
which is about about losing a pet.
Oh, I
In
didn't know.
Stefan's case, it's a lizard.
Oh,
In the music video's case with Finn Wolfhard, it's a dog.
yeah.
But it is absolutely a heartbreaking song.
It's
About being like willing to do anything to help your pet friends, about willing to do anything to help this member of your family, and lyrically, it's again a story song. And some people would say it's actually better than Scorpion Hill, which I disagree. But
I fully disagree.
it is a heartbreaking song that makes me tear up every single time.
I agree with that choice. I think that's a good song. That actually didn't make my list, but
Oh.
I cannot get this.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
What's going on over there, Vinny?
Are you going to veto this? This is getting weird.
This is getting weird.
I'm excited.
I actually really do not like this song.
Whoa!
Whoa! Plot twist.
I
This
don't
is a
like
scandal.
it. And I honestly I never knew what it was about, but now that I know that it's about a lizard, I feel like I like it even less. And I love animals.
Oh wow.
So
Because it's sleep and repeat in the heat because you have to have a heat lamp for like a lizard.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love lizards actually. And now
Well, you sound anti-lizard.
Yeah,
Vinny.
you thus far sounded very anti-lizard.
I feel like the dude from PUP is anti-lizard because he killed his, and I just want to be like, I guess I'm more worried about number 1 now, but
I have such a strong feeling about what show he's gonna play at number 1 that I'm hoping I'm right.
I hope you're right too. Otherwise, I'm gonna be real confused.
What are you gonna do, Vinny? What do you think?
well, the problem is that I don't dislike this song as much as I dislike most of the self-titled records. So
Oh,
I'm
no,
kind of
this is off of
Dream is over.
Dream is over, right?
Dream Is Over. Yeah.
I know, but I'm afraid if I veto it, it's going to get replaced by something from the self-titled that, to me, would definitely be not as good as the song. So, so hard.
Why is this list so hard to make?
I know this is one of the more difficult ones.
It's maybe been the most difficult one so far.
Yeah.
Like, is this better than Scorpion Hill?
No.
I don't know, Vinny. I
But
don't
you
know.
played Scorpion Hill at 3, so.
So, it's kind of like...
The issue is that, me and Shelby had Scorpion Hill at 1, so I don't think that any song is better than that one.
Right.
Me being a person who said that I don't like morbid stuff, I think Scorpion Hill is their best song, probably.
See, it's funny because I had DVP at number 1.
We really shit the bed, guys.
It's gonna be.
We fucked it up.
No, I'm excited for number 1.
I hope PUP sees this and listens and is confused.
And is like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
We love their what is it? Not gander. What is the candor?
What?
Candor?
We love their candor. We're gonna take them on tour. PUP, if you're listening, do that.
I'm gonna veto.
Whoa.
Jake,
Is this
hang
the
in there.
first time I've ever been vetoed?
No.
No.
Fuck no.
You've been vetoed.
You've been vetoed.
Okay.
This is the first time there have been this many vetoes at the top, for sure.
Yeah.
Jake,
I'm gonna
I
go
need you
with.
to trust me. Trust me so that
I'm
this
gonna.
doesn't get
Okay,
vetoed.
so I'm gonna go with.
Queso.
Everyone needs to take like a minute.
I'm gonna go with my favorite song off this record, off of The Dream Is Over. Oh God, this feels so stupid playing this at the Scorpion Hill, but whatever. At this point, it can't be changed, and it's going to be "Can't Win." Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the position I'm put in, Shelby.
I understand.
It's gonna be "Can't Win." That's my favorite song off that record. Lyrically, I don't think I identify more with a PUP song, even though it's not within that story song structure. Just that idea of feeling like you're always, on the outs or you're always on the downside of life. There's that particular part where that has that great build up with the snare drum, and it's kind of building up to that weird like last chorus part where it's like chalk it up to apathy. I had every chance, I had every opportunity. That part is so phenomenal musically, and it perfectly complements his lyrical performance that I think it just like elevates the song to like a next level status, and that's why on that record in particular it is probably my favorite song, and it is my favorite song of what I think is their best record.
See, I'm really happy with my veto because I like this song much more than.
Really? Okay.
I do. So,
Okay.
I
like this
don't.
song.
You don't like Can't Win?
I will admit
don't
that "Sleep in the
love
Heat"
it.
I felt was like a fan canon pick.
A fanon.
So "Sleep in the Heat" on my list was number 4, and I wanted to get on there for the fans,
Okay.
which normally I'm like fuck the fans.
Usually you're a fuck the fans
Yeah.
kind of guy. Yeah.
Historically.
Yeah.
But this is my heart pick for top 3
Okay.
because I love this song.
I agree. Like lyrically, the song totally describes me in a way that the other one doesn't, and I feel like it is a good, just straight face, down on your luck storytelling kind of song.
Yeah.
And I love that about it. So I think, and musically, it's awesome. The drums in the song are so good. I think
They're great.
To me, like you were saying at one point, Eric, it's sort of like that controlled chaos drumming style.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like you just don't know what and why it's happening sometimes, but it all comes together. And with the cadence of the singing and everything else, it's just it works for me. So I'm happy with it.
And that's sort of the charm of this band is I feel like oftentimes the vibe is controlled chaos.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the fun of it is like I have no idea where the fuck I'm going, but it sounds cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, we're going to lock it in because
We have no choice.
no choice but to lock. So Can't Win is number 2. Shelby.
This is so I'm so
My heart's pounding
nervous right
because
now.
I really don't want to let Jake down. And if my choice is like not the choice that he thinks it is, then I'm gonna be
I just want to tell
devastated.
you, think of Montana. Think of Montana.
Yes.
was so drunk on tour. That's not nice. So I really am just that person that if a song can bring me to tears every time I listen to it, it's gonna be high up on my any sort of list for me. And this song I feel like is so relatable and like very optimistic, but in that kind of way that's like melancholy. It's on their self-titled record. It is Dark Days. I think it's a perfect song. It encapsulates everything about my early 20s.
Dark Days.
Yeah.
The dark days are
No, that's not the
song.
winter hasn't been so rough. Oh, it was cold, but anyway.
I don't think I know this song.
It's fantastic.
It's good.
What?
This is the song that made me fall in love with PUP.
Okay, I'll have to catalog that.
I listened through the album for the first time and mostly was like, whatever, it's okay. And then I got to this song and was like, this song is incredible.
Canonically good.
Very good.
How's everyone feeling? I know Jake clapped.
Jake, so we agree that this is a great PUP song. I'm so glad.
We clapped. Vinny, what are you vibing? How do you feel? I mean, we can't do anything about this,
So
obviously,
glad we
but
We can't do anything about it. I mean, like I said, I just don't connect with the first record. I think because of the order I heard the records in, honestly, for me, it was like all of my connection to PUP came from the first 2 songs of The Dream Is Over, and then Morbid Stuff, and then the rest of Dream Is Over, and then several attempts at the first record.
I implore you to give this song another try.
Yeah.
Just like
But
one more try.
I will say that it's one of the starred songs on Apple Music, so people like it, apparently, off this record.
a fan favorite.
It is a fan
It's a fan
favorite.
fave.
It is.
Apple
So-
certified. Recent
Hashtag
sponsor
Apple.
sponsored partnership. Apple.
So if you watch the music video, it gives this song a context about being in a band, and I think that there's no better song about being in a band than this particular song, because it is just the context of it, the lyrics of it. I mean, literally, the reason I said think of Montana was because I was thinking of the night that Eric and I was like sitting straight up in a van, freezing cold,
Wait.
in a campsite that we
Oh.
were
When we
squatting
were
in.
like, we're just gonna drive overnight, and we had
fucking
no windshield wipers,
God.
and there was
we
a
were
fucking
squatting in a
storm.
campsite
We-
we didn't pay for.
We literally were at a
Freezing
house.
cold.
We were at a house that said, "You guys can sleep here. This is great. You should stay." And we were like, "Yes, we should stay."
But then I had bad vibes, so I was like, we could
Yeah.
drive overnight.
The vibes were a little bad, and the consensus was we got to drive. So we're driving overnight through Montana. It's like 2 a.m. There is a full-ass thunderstorm. The windshield wipers don't work. Everyone's saying pull off. We're not sure where to pull off because, again, it's the middle of Montana. Eventually, we end up at this campground that you have to pay for. It's like a trailer campground. And we just found a random spot and just
we
parked.
just squatted there.
We squatted there for the night.
That's amazing.
It was one of the worst. I was so mad.
Well, because we didn't have blankets,
And this is one of the things.
and it was freezing cold.
Those who
Yeah.
were pitching for camping brought camping gear
Right.
and
Brought
wanted
tents
to camp.
and sleeping bags.
But half of us didn't have that because we were like,
We're
we're
like,
not
we have
intending to
places
do
to
this.
stay.
We have
We
places to
didn't
stay. Yeah.
Plan for this.
And so those who didn't have camping gear were freezing cold, smelled like shit, sleeping in an awkward position in the weirdest night in Montana.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? That
And
song
so-
does make sense for that.
Why I love this song is we've had some dark days. We're in the thick of it now,
Hmm.
and I just literally
Yeah.
remember laying
I
on
was-
that. I remember laying on the van bench and thinking those 2 words,
And you know
thinking
what?
that lyrical couplet.
That next day really was an us versus them
Yes,
moment
it
in our
was.
tour, by the way. Like, it was very
Yeah.
much us versus them.
I was
if
so
you're listening, you know who you are.
I was so mad. I forget who asked me. It might have been Liz, but like
Yes.
when we parked, she was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Do not
No.
ask me that. Don't ask me
Yes.
if I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know the answer
Yeah.
to this." I'm like sitting on the steering wheel, like with my head like in this weird position. It's like, "Is this fine for you?" I'm like, "We have no choice. There's literally no other choice now. I
Yes.
need to do this.
Oh
Please
my
stop
God.
talking to me."
I
We're in the thick of it
slept in
now.
the tent with Brian, and he kicked me in the fucking stomach, and I'm freezing, and it's raining, and I'm in Montana. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a rough.
That was a rough.
That was a
night.
rough
That's
night.
why this song
And I
holds
was
such a
sleeping like a
special place
sweatshirt.
to me. Is that it represents this side of being in a band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it mentions the top of it. It mentions the great parts of it. It mentions we're gonna do this till time stops.
Yeah.
But it also mentions we've had some really, really shitty times
Yeah.
together. And we're in the midst of it. And it's only gonna be us, but we're gonna get over it, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be mad for
And-
a second, and it's gonna be fine.
And musically, I love where it does the at the end. It combines the two choruses together because the song almost has two choruses. Where it's
perfect.
this winter hasn't been so rough. We've had some dark days, like in the background.
Do you want to
And then
duet
we
it?
always- Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I feel
there-
so relieved right now.
Stan City.
Dude, the weight is off my shoulders.
It got a little wonky, but we got there in the end.
Yeah.
There was some strange times, but
Yeah. It was
There were some dark days.
It was a winding road. Okay, well, that's going to lock in Dark Days at number 1. Let me go over this list real quick, and then we're going to jump into discard. So this is the canon
okay,
list.
go it slowly though, because you're fast.
So scream it as fast as possible. Okay.
Yes.
Number 11, Rot. Number 10, Sibling Rivalry. Number 9 is Guilt Trip. Number 8, Factories. Number 7, See You at Your Funeral. Number 6, If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, Then I Will /DVP. Number 5 is Pine Point. Number 4 is Kids. Number 3 is Scorpion Hill. Number 2 is Can't Win. And number 1 is Dark Days. That is the official PUP list. PUP, if you're listening to this, you're welcome, first of all.
And we're
Second of
sorry.
all, we're
Also,
sorry.
I want to say that I forgot this. So when I mentioned the incident earlier that was cut out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It happened during Dark Days.
Oh,
Oh, I would have been fucking pissed.
Now you understand.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
get it.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, I get it. I would have been so pissed.
Yeah,
So-
now you
See,
understand.
I would have been like, "This is totally fine." I don't know what's going on.
like, perf, this is chill. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna use
You
the
know what I
bathroom
love
real
is
quick.
that our guests feel so comfortable by the end of the podcast. Last time Bob was like, "Fuck you, Jake. You're fucking stupid."
yeah, there's a moment where Bob told me, "Fuck you, Jake," during the last one. So.
Yeah.
Like, we just make our guests feel so welcome.
It's great. Aw, we're so good. You guys, we're so good.
So good.
I love us. Okay, this is
I like your
discard.
socks.
This is mine?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I was like, mine are
What
There-
other socks am I seeing?
Look at
mine.
Could be.
Oh yeah, but yours are so bland.
Whoa. Okay,
Wow.
sock attack. Excuse me. Okay, discards. Vinny, what songs from your list didn't make the official list?
Wow. What songs didn't make the official list? Besides the ones that got vetoed, I guess, is that so Morbid Stuff
Yeah,
A great song.
great song.
didn't
Canon.
make it. Totally canon. I love the song about the line about thinking about all the people that you slept with who are now dead.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
So good.
Fantastic. Phenomenal line.
Such a good line. It's something that I do frequently, so I think that was on there. Let's see, that minute. Bare Hands.
That was on my list too. I love that song.
I love that song. And then a song that's not actually a PUP song, but is a PUP cover of one of my favorite Granddaddy songs, AM 180. That
Oh,
was
I saw
on their new EP that came out.
Yeah.
And I think it's just an awesome song, and their cover of it is really good, and not a lot of people attempt to cover Granddaddy usually because it's sort of a weird band to cover.
Yeah.
And I just think they did a really awesome job
I
with
just
it.
processed that you were a Weezer stan, and I just mentioned that they covered El Scorcho.
Yes,
One time. It
which
was
would have been-
phenomenal.
Amazing. That is such a good song. That would go on the Weezer. Would that go on the Weezer mini list? Would El Scorcho go on there?
No, because I would veto
If it's not recorded, it can make the list.
I would veto.
No, not the PUP version, the Weezer version. Remember
Would not
we
end
were
up
doing
on
the
Weezer.
Weezer
I'd
Vinny
put it on the
list.
Weezer list for sure.
I'd veto it
It
immediately.
would go on. Yeah.
But
And then I'd put
totally
it higher up, probably. From when
higher
she
than
was...
Suzanne.
No, definitely
No.
not.
It's
I'm getting-
Hubert.
Just Hubert over here.
Jake, what were some of yours that didn't make the list?
So number 11 that I had was Morbid Stuff.
Okay.
Like you said, that line with "If anyone I slept with is dead" is like such a good song. It's such a good line, such a good thought to have. I think it's also a good storytelling song because it kind of tells like a little narrative through it about being like kind of again like speculating on your past life. That's fun. And the only so I had "Sleep in the Heat" at number 4. Yeah, number 4. I had "Sleep in the Heat" at number 5. Actually, sorry, number 5. I can't count apparently. And then I had "Doubts" at number 4.
Weird.
Which is a song that I love, which is interesting because so when The Dream Is Over came out, there was the 3 singles were "If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, Then I Will," DVP, and "Doubts." And I remember loving the first 2, but I hated "Doubts." And then I listened to that album over and over again, and "Doubts" ended up being my favorite out of those 3 because it's got such like great vocal melodies. The vocal melodies on that song are phenomenal when it really gets into the meat of a song. That I think it should have made the list, but you can't win everything.
Say
You
la
can't
vie.
win everything.
Say you will, say you won't, say you'll do what I don't.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Say la vie.
But I think it's a crime that "Sleep in the Heat" didn't make the list. I'm gonna say I think it's a crime,
Yeah.
and that those who vetoed it should be arrested by the police.
Whoa.
Whoa. We don't advocate for that.
We don't stand cops here. Okay. So I'm going to get to the elephant in the room, and that is "Free at Last" is a great song
Yeah.
Oh,
and should have been on this list. Fuck you, Jake. And I can say
I
this
had
because
Free at
I
Last
know
on
you.
my list originally.
That song is awesome. A lot of songs that I had on my list made it. So, "Free at Last" was one that Never Try was my slow jam. And then also, I didn't love that new EP, but that song "Nothing Changes" actually did end up at number 11 for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did hit.
Yeah, that's a good
it
song.
hit some catchy spots for me. I don't know. I was like, okay.
It does have a lot of catchiness to it.
So the rest of that EP was not great to me.
what I
It
love
wasn't bad. It
about
just wasn't what I like in PUP.
Yeah.
the way this podcast ends up a lot of times is that the 3 people are almost in 3 distinct areas of what's going on.
Yeah.
Like almost everybody has some overlap, but it's like a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I think makes the list so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
'Cause-
definitely get
Well, and I feel like it needs to be acknowledged that PUP, even though they only have 3 proper albums, every album is significantly different from the last.
Oh yeah.
So
totally,
it's sort of like, I find them all to be really a different mood almost.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Morbid Stuff is a straight up pop album, more or
Yeah.
less, to be like it does
Yeah.
borderline pop music
Well,
in a
Which
punk fashion.
which is
and
why
Dream
that
Is
was
Over
my
is-
enter. Yeah.
It's always really
Yeah.
impressive to me when a band can have 3 good records in a row. Like,
Yeah.
that's the dream to me, to have all 3 of your first
Yeah.
records in your collection to be fantastic.
And I would argue that they don't.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
and
would.
you could argue that,
And you'd be wrong.
I mean, that's what happened.
I genuinely think that PUP they are some of the greatest songwriters in our genre. In my genre of bands that I listen to. I really
That is
enjoy them.
definitely a take.
Whatever.
That's a
Fuck
hot
you.
take.
But you
Totally
want to know
take.
what? You want to know what? I write catchy songs too.
That's true. Yeah. You write incredibly
Yeah,
catchy
you
songs.
guys totally write catchy
So-
I
songs.
love you.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I'm like a catchy person.
And I love
like-
PUP because they're so fucking catchy. So I will stand by my opinion.
I'm really mad that I missed them when they were on tour with one of my favorite bands of all time, Charlie Bliss, because they played together.
I fucking love Charlie Bliss so much. so much.
And they toured together up and down the West Coast, and I missed them in San Francisco, and then they played in like Seattle or something and somewhere else, and I heard all the shows were
The
fantastic.
PUP, Charlie Brisk, the Christmas song almost made my list.
Oh my god. So
Yeah, I was considering it too, but I was like, are we allowed? Because it's not. It's like a,
It is
combo.
PUP though. Yeah, it almost made the list for
so
me.
good. Yeah.
It's great.
It's a great song.
I just want to give a big hearty congrats to everybody for participating here today on the Lousy Advice.
I want to give a congrats
podcast.
to everybody for listening.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
what about the
that's...
listeners?
I mean, I don't know about them.
This episode is
No, I'm
aged
just kidding. This is what?
This episode has aged me.
Yeah. 2021. Thank you for listening to the Lousy Advice podcast. If you're just a full-blown stan, we love you, and thank you for participating. Vinny, where can people find you on the internet?
On the interwebs?
Yeah.
They can find me on Instagram at I don't remember my Instagram handle. Hold on. Not because you guys stress me out so much or anything, but
Or is it exactly because we stress you out?
Oh my
Let's
god.
just put you on the spot and fucking.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram at the real California Dad, as opposed to the fake one.
Yeah, naturally.
And then also on Bandcamp at, and this always screws me up. Apparently, it's just californiadad.bandcamp.com.
There
Perfect.
you go.
There it is. This has been the PUP episode. Again, if you're PUP and you're listening to this, take us on tour. We fucking mean it. You'll love us. We're so
You can,
cute and fun, and we're
You
great.
can follow me at Dig'em13. I post about Blu-rays and exploitation
Yeah.
film.
I'm at Elafibri.
I don't want you to follow me if you're listening to this.
Yeah,
I'm
don't.
just kidding. Shelby A. Murray.
I
Hit
do.
me up.
I do want
I'm also
to.
now on TikTok at Dig'em13.
Oh, I
How do you
don't
feel about
follow you yet.
Ooh.
Follow me. I'm funny.
He is funny.
I am good at
I
TikTok.
can vouch for
I'm
that.
scared of TikTok.
Oh,
I'm
you should
afraid
join
if
it. It's so much fun.
But I'm scared like that it's gonna become a thing that I
Yeah.
just do a lot of.
It's
'cause that's what happens.
It
right?
is that for me right now. I do want to point out that this episode is going to be coming out when the website is done. And so this is
Oh,
an
yeah.
official...
It's an announcement.
It's an announcement. So we started a little podcast network. Shout out to us. It's called the NOTstalgia Network. I have a podcast called the NOTstalgia Podcast, me and Jess. But so far it's 3 pods. Check out the NOTstalgiaNetwork.com. It's really cute. It's got a bunch of cool info. There's a new D&D podcast on there that you'll love. Nostalgia's great. Lousy Advice podcast on there. You're going to love it. Go check it out. It's also a blog. And I wrote a piece for it. So you're going to go read it right now. That you'll love. That it's out currently.
We might get to start a horror movie podcast on the podcast
Do
network.
it.
Is the question.
I mean,
Wait, didn't you just start a new podcast, Eric?
a
I saw
D&D
you post
podcast.
something
Oh,
about-
I'm in that podcast also. So that's
Yeah.
just what I'm doing now.
So you're just a podcast. You're just that guy. You have
He's
like
a
Yeah.
podcast dude.
I'm trying
You're
to be the Paul F. Tompkins of the indie rock
Also, can I
vibe.
point out that I'm drinking from a D&D pint glass right now?
Cute.
I love.
That's awesome.
We love to see it.
Also, I've never played D&D, so it's gonna be wild. I'm learning as we go. It's very fun.
I tried to play a few times. I was into it.
It's fun. It's a good time. So yeah, check out the NOTstalgia Network. We're on a network now. It is us doing it ourselves, otherwise known as DIY. We stand. This is Lousy Advice Podcast.
We are Lousy Advice.
We're Lousy Advice. We're a band. Rate and review 5 stars. Go to the website. Tell all your friends. Send them our shit and make them vibe. Just vibe the F out.
Force them to vibe.
Force them to vibe.
Forceful vibes.
Insist the vibe. Insist and persist on the vibe. All right, I'm gonna stop recording. Bye. Anybody else have anything to say? Is that it?
No.
Any
that's
last
it for the
words?
plugs.
Any last pod words?
Any last pod
No.
words?
I drafted PUP with a pup in my lap.
That is true. Cannon.
Blu-rays are cool.